Good morning, students. Chapter 5, Magnetism and Matter. In last lecture, we have discussed about magnetic materials. Yes, diamagnetic, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic. And we have detailed discussion about diamagnetic. Yes, revise diamagnetic material. See, diamagnetic material, they do not possess permanent dipole moment. In absence of magnetic field, the dipole moment is zero. Okay, but when they are placed in magnetic field, they are magnetized in opposite direction. Okay, when they are placed in uniform magnetic field, inside magnetic field lines are totally repelled. So inside magnetic field reduces. Yes or no? Yes. When it is placed in region of non-uniform magnetic field, it will move from strong magnetic field towards weak magnetic field. Okay, and yes, chi m, that is magnetic susceptibility, it is negative for diamagnetic material because magnetization is in opposite direction of external magnetic field. Okay, now what about paramagnetism? What is paramagnetic material? Okay, so see, what is first difference between dia and para? The atoms or molecules of paramagnetic material possess permanent dipole moment. Or you can say magnetic moment. Okay, so yes, this first difference between diamagnetic and paramagnetic. The atoms and molecules of paramagnetic material possess permanent magnetic moment. First case, when external magnetic field is not present. Okay, means external magnetic field B is equal to 0. Okay, so in such cases, if it is one diamagnetic material, so when external magnetic field is not present, in such case, each and every molecule will have some dipole moment. But that dipole moments, they are oriented in random direction. Okay, the magnetic moment of each atom is in random direction. As shown in figure. Okay, each and every moment it is in magnetic moment, it is in random direction. So what is resultant magnetic moment? Therefore resultant magnetic moment M is equal to zero. Resultant magnetic moment is zero. Simple. Resultant magnetic moment is zero. Clear about this? Resultant magnetic moment will become zero. Okay. So yes, when paramagnetic material is external magnetic field 0, then yes, each and every molecule, each and every atoms have some magnetic moment. Yes, see, it has magnetic moment. But if we consider the whole paramagnetic material, then as these magnetic materials due to each atom, it is in random direction, resultant magnetic moment will be zero. And now, when such material is placed in external magnetic field, when paramagnetic magnetic material is placed in external magnetic field, just like this. See, here it is. It is paramagnetic material. It is external magnetic field in this direction. It is external magnetic field in this direction. So see, we know one topic. Okay, when magnetic dipole is placed in uniform magnetic field, torque tau is equal to m cross b is acting on that, and due to this torque, dipole will rotate until it aligns in the direction of magnetic field, until it becomes parallel to direction of magnetic field. So yes, here as shown in figure 1, this each and every magnetic moment, this each and every dipole moments, they are in random direction, but when they are placed in uniform magnetic field, torque is acting on each and every molecular dipole, every atomic dipole, and they will align in the direction of magnetic field. Clear about this? So yes, from this we can say this paramagnetic material is magnetized in a direction of external magnetic field, Clear about this? So yes, due to external magnetic field, this tiny dipoles rotates and try to align in direction of magnetic field, Clear about this? And yes, if this magnetic field is such strong, this each and every dipole will align in direction of magnetic field, and yes, we will have some resultant magnetic moment in direction of magnetic field. We will have resultant magnetic moment in direction of magnetic field. Clear about this? So as magnetized in the direction of magnetic field, we can say chi m is positive. Clear about this? So yes, first of all, when external magnetic field is not present, each and every molecule have magnetic moment, but in random direction. So resultant magnetic moment is 0. When it is placed in external magnetic field, each and every molecular dipole, it will experience some torque. Due to that torque, it will rotate until it aligns in the direction of magnetic field. Yes, it will not 100% align in the direction of magnetic field due to thermal energy. Okay, so yes, it is behavior in absence of magnetic field, it is behavior in presence of magnetic field. Clear about this? Now, what happens when a bar of paramagnetic material is placed in uniform magnetic field? See, here it is. When a bar of paramagnetic material is placed in uniform magnetic field, See, in uniform magnetic field, like this. If it is uniform magnetic field, like this. If it is uniform magnetic field, and one bar of paramagnetic material, and a bar of paramagnetic material, and a bar of paramagnetic material is placed like this. Okay, then what happens? See here, if a bar of paramagnetic material is placed in uniform magnetic field, it is uniform magnetic field B. Bar of paramagnetic material is placed. Then we know that each and every dipole will align in direction of magnetic field. Each and every dipole will align in direction of magnetic field. So resultant magnetic moment, it is in this direction, and we know that resultant magnetic moment is from south pole to north pole. Yes or no? Yes or no? So see, what is difference between dia and para? What is difference between dia and para? You can easily compare with this. Okay, here, due to this paramagnetic material, magnetic field which is produced, it is in same direction. It is in same direction. It is in same direction. Clear about this? It is in same direction. It is in same direction. So now in this region, resultant magnetic field increases or decreases? Yes, it increases. In this region, okay, resultant magnetic field, resultant magnetic field increases. Resultant magnetic field increases. So you see, it is another difference. When paramagnetic material, a bar of paramagnetic material is placed in uniform magnetic field, resultant magnetic field inside it increases, while in dia it decreases. Now behavior in non-uniform magnetic field. See, okay, a bar of paramagnetic material, a bar of paramagnetic material is placed in non-uniform magnetic field. Non-uniform magnetic field. So see what happens. It is non-uniform magnetic field like this. It is non-uniform magnetic field. Let it is a bar of paramagnetic material. We know that as this magnetic field, external magnetic field is in this direction, we can say here it may be north pole, here it may be south pole. Yes or no? In this a bar of paramagnetic material, magnetization is such that it is in direction of magnetic field. So obviously it becomes north pole and it becomes south pole. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. So it is north pole of paramagnetic material, it is south pole of paramagnetic material. Now force acting on north pole. Obviously it is towards south pole. So force acting on north pole, it is in this direction, that is Fn. On south pole, force is acting towards north. So force acting on south pole, it is in this direction, that is Fs. But see, here it is. This south pole of paramagnetic material is in region of strong magnetic field. Here magnetic field B is strong and here magnetic field B is weak. Yes or no? Yes. So force as south pole is in strong magnetic field. As south pole is in strong magnetic field, force acting on south pole is more. North pole is in weak magnetic field, so force acting on north pole is less. So here, as shown in figure, it is clear Fs is greater than Fn. Force acting on south pole is greater than force acting on north pole. So yes, resultant force is in direction of force having greater magnitude. Fs is greater than Fn. So resultant force is in which direction? In this direction. Towards Fs. Towards Fs means from region of weak magnetic field to region of strong magnetic field. So here, when a bar of paramagnetic material is placed in non-uniform magnetic field, resultant force is acting towards towards, resultant forces acting towards strong magnetic field, towards strong magnetic field. Clear about this? Remember, in diamagnetic material, resultant forces acting towards weak magnetic field. So this difference. Now see, it is all about paramagnetic material. Now we will discuss differences between dia and para. In diamagnetic material, orbital moment and spin moment are such that the dipole moment is zero in absence of magnetic field. Okay, while in para, the atoms and molecules possess permanent magnetic moment. Yes or no? So it is first difference. It is first difference. Second difference. In diamagnetic material, magnetization is in opposite direction. In para, it is in same direction. Chi m for dia, it is negative. Chi m for para, it is positive. In uniform magnetic field, inside magnet or inside material, resultant magnetic field decreases. In para, increases. Diamagnetic material placed in non-uniform magnetic field, forces acting towards weak field. In this case, resultant forces acting towards strong magnetic field. So if you are asked what is the difference between diamagnetic and paramagnetic, you have to write such points. Clear about this? Now here, when these dipoles are placed in uniform magnetic field, will this dipole align 100% in direction of magnetic field? Yes or no? On which factor it depends? We will see. Now next topic is one important topic, and it is called Curie's law. Okay, what is Curie's law? Yes, Curie is the name of one scientist, that is Pierre Curie. Okay, yes. After numbers of experiments performed on paramagnetic material, okay, Pierre Curie suggested that magnetization of paramagnetic material is directly proportional to external magnetic field and inversely proportional to absolute temperature. Okay, magnetization of paramagnetic material is directly proportional to external magnetic field and inversely proportional to absolute temperature. How to write? See, M is proportional to B upon T. B, external magnetic field, and T, that is absolute temperature. If I remove proportionality, I have to add some constant, that is C, Q is constant. So it is C B upon T. Clear about this? So yes, it is first equation that you have to remember. Magnetization M is equal to CBT. Magnetization M is equal to, it is CBT. C, Q is constant. B, external magnetic field. T is temperature. Okay, now we will see different forms of this equation. M is equal to C B upon T. I will multiply mu 0 and I will divide mu 0. Okay, because we know one equation. Okay, which equation? B is equal to, it is mu 0 into H. So B upon mu 0 is equal to H. So here B upon mu 0, I can write H. So M is equal to, it is C. B upon mu 0. B upon mu 0, it will become H. Mu 0 upon T. Now if I take H this side, then what happens? See, M upon H is equal to C mu 0 T. And if you remember here, we have another equation that M is equal to, it is chi m into H. So M upon H is equal to, it is chi m. It is child M is equal to C mu 0 upon T. Also child M is equal to mu R minus 1 is equal to C mu 0 upon T. Yes, you have to remember this each and every equation. You have to remember this each and every equation. Okay, again, what is Curie's law? Magnetization is directly proportional to external magnetic field and inversely proportional to absolute temperature. So M is proportional to B upon T. We remove proportionality constant and constant. Multiply, divide mu 0, mu 0. You can form this. Clear? Now what is meaning of this? See, if external magnetic field B increases, if external magnetic field B increases, temperature T decreases, then magnetization M increases. Now magnetization M increases, it means what? Okay, all dipoles align 100% in direction of external field, all dipoles will completely align in direction of external magnetic field. Okay, when external magnetic field is large, okay, temperature is less, okay, then magnetization will be maximum. All dipoles will align 100% in direction of external field, okay, and in such case, okay, when all dipoles completely aligns in direction of magnetic field, chi M and mu R, it becomes maximum. They will become maximum, and in such case they will become maximum, and in such case we can say it is saturated magnetization. It is called saturated magnetization. It is called saturated magnetization. It is called saturated magnetization. Clear about this? Means if it is external magnetic field B, then in material, each and every dipole will perfectly align in direction of magnetic field. It is called saturated magnetization. And yes, after that Curie's law is not applicable. Okay, when this saturated magnetization is achieved, after that Curie's law is not applicable. Clear about this? So what is saturated magnetization? Saturated magnetization means, saturated magnetization M is equal to M net per unit volume. Clear about this? Okay, so it is M is equal to, if we have total n molecules and atoms in given material, then it is n upon B, where n is numbers of atoms, m is magnetic moment of one atom, and V is volume. Clear? If each and every dipole aligns in direction of magnetic field, we can say it is saturated magnetization. Yes, if they are not perfectly aligned in direction of magnetic field, then it is not saturated magnetization. Clear about this? So yes, in this lecture we have discussed about what is paramagnetic material. What is paramagnetic material? Now you know difference between diamagnetic material and paramagnetic material. Okay. Now in next lecture we will see what is ferromagnetism, what is paramagnetic material, and what is its behavior. Okay. Yes, students, watch regular videos. Make your notes, and if you have any doubt, then you can contact me on my WhatsApp number, that is 7574858001 anytime. Okay, plus subscribe our channel, and yes, at last do like, share and comment on videos of all teachers. Also fine.